It's status quo for those living in tents around the city of Portland. No guarantee they'll be able to stay where they are this winter. Good evening, everyone. I'm Amanda Hill.
And I'm Brian Yacono. That was the end result of a marathon city council meeting last night that stretched into the wee hours of the morning.
News Center Maine's David Guildford has more on the heartfelt arguments from both sides of the issue and on what happens next.
Regarding camping and loitering on
a city council meeting under many watchful eyes in Portland Monday. Proposed Order 68 would allow encampments in some parts of the city through April instead of continuing a ban and clearing them out.
Order 68 is about not punishing those people who are already seeking to survive in this unjust system.
The ACLU supported the measure as a human rights lifeline for unhoused residents, while the city rushes to find more shelter space. The city's first responders opposed the idea. Police Chief Mark Dubois listed hundreds of calls for violent and petty crimes at the city's previous encampments.
It doesn't really matter what encampment we're talking about. We see a significant amount of crime that occurs down there, violent crime.
Fire Chief Keith Gautreau said the encampments pose drastically unsafe conditions, and his crews have encountered exploding loose ammunition and propane tanks when responding to calls.
It's really a recipe for disaster, and it really concerns me as a fire chief.
This is the moment in the agenda that you all are here for.
Then public comment began. Groups that had gathered outside City Hall now filled multiple chambers and spoke on the issue for hours.
It would raise serious health and safety concerns.
And honestly, I would rather have folks come up here and admit they dislike the look of poverty, that they don't like the aesthetic of it. I encourage you to vote no.
I don't think that it's a good idea, but the central reason is that it does not help or incentivize people to get into housing.
This simple measure that will allow people to hold on to the crucial elements of safety, the little safety that they have left as they attempt to survive until we can house them.
As Monday turned to Tuesday morning, the council then deliberated.
I subscribe to the idea that they are unsafe from a public health perspective and a public safety.
The intent is to allow people to remain where they are without forcibly separating them from life-sustaining belongings, community, and service providers.
And finally, a vote. 6-3 against allowing camping. A city spokesperson Tuesday said a crisis response team will connect unhoused residents with newly added shelter beds and warming centers. But any remaining encampments are on borrowed time. In Portland, David Guildford, News Center, Maine.
That spokesperson would not say if or when the city planned to sweep the Harbor View encampment, which by last count includes 142 tents. A new motion to refer Order 68 to the Council's Health and Human Services Public Safety Committee passed 6-3, with the original authors of that order voting against the move.